Hey everybody, welcome back to the family channel.
Hello.
We hope you guys are having a fantastically awesome day so far. As you can see, it's just Kat and myself. The kids are upstairs studying. They've got loads of studying to do. So they are studying their little hearts out, bless them. I feel bad because I remember what it was like and I hated studying.
Yeah, but I don't know what's going on, but recently it's just been too much for them.
Yeah.
Every day they have some exam.
Yeah, Garen's got an exam every lesson tomorrow.
Every lesson.
So he's freaking out a bit. So yeah, I don't blame them for not wanting to film today. In fact, I wouldn't have done it either if I was them. I would have been upstairs. I am filming on the DSLR today because I noticed yesterday filming on the webcam that Garen and myself, who were sitting on the ends, were really blurry. So I apologize about that. Now, obviously, there'll be a few tweaks I've got to work out with this camera, but I need all four of us down here so I can get the settings and the lighting just right. But hopefully we can do that this week and the picture will be a lot better. We didn't mention it in yesterday's video, but as you can see, I put all the number plates up, not all of them, all the ones I had. If anyone has got a Texas number plate and they want to send it to me, I'll even pay for the shipping or whatever, like an old number plate. Please email me because I really want a Texas one. I don't have one. So that's like, I really want one. Anyway, today we are reacting to inside the world's most powerful building, and that is, of course, the Pentagon, which I know nothing about.
I know a few things about Pentagon. It's always fascinated me because I remember we were learning about it at school. It's something to do with like all the big army decisions are made there.
Yeah,
I think
the only reason I know about it like that, well, like you saying, is in the movies. They're like, it's the Pentagon. You know what I mean? And then you're like, that's. And I always thought I've never seen. You guys won't be able to see until I pop the little picture up. But I thought it was just one layer. I didn't realize it was so thick.
Yeah, it's
if that
crazy,
makes
isn't
sense.
it?
Yeah,
Like, if it's all like connected, it's so easy to get lost
it's
there, isn't
massive.
it? Like,
I wonder what that little thing is in the middle. If it's like a, you know,
like a little like
pergola thing where you can sit and have your
yeah,
lunch and feed the ducks.
when it's a nice sunny day.
Anyway, before we get into today's video, if you guys haven't done so already, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you want to support the channel, please use our Amazon affiliate link down in the description. Won't cost you a penny, but if you do any shopping on Amazon, we'll earn a little commission, and that it all goes towards our savings to hopefully come over to America sometime soon. Anyway, without further ado, let's check out the world's most powerful building.
This is the Pentagon, and for 80 years, it has been the biggest office building in the world.
7 floors.
But that's not all it is. It's also the most secure building in the world and home to America's most important secrets, known worldwide for its unbeatable security.
Oh.
But how is it that this 5-sided shape, built in less than 2 years, became one of the most impenetrable forces?
Built in less than 2 years. It's taken Slovakia over 20 years to build a bloody motorway, and it's still not even finished.
Hold on. It's more than 20 years, actually.
It's still not even finished. It's a nightmare. So much mess. Anyway, I divulge.
The world has ever seen.
I divulge.
To understand the construction of the Pentagon, we need to go back to the end of World War I, where the United States Department of Defense had begun growing at an exponential rate due to the war effort, and really never stopped growing after it ended. More and more military structures were established, and it got to the point where they didn't just have anywhere to consolidate all of them. As World War II was beginning, growth picked up again, and it became nearly impossible for the Corps to remain coordinated and in control. This disorganization started to become a more serious issue, and a request by the man in charge of logistics, Brahan B. Sommerfeld, the head of the construction division of the Quartermaster Corps, was made to increase the space they had, a request which Congress promptly agreed to. Shortly after, a plan was made to construct the building. The original location was in Arlington Farms, which geographically was surrounded on 5 sides by various roads. Because of this, the decision was made to construct the building in the shape of a pentagon, and thus the unique design was born. However, complaints rose about the building.
So that's why I was going to ask. Why did they do it that shape for the roads? That's mental. Like I would always think it would probably be better upright.
Yeah.
Building, both due to its size and due to its location blocking the view of Arlington National Cemetery. So the building would shortly after be moved near the Potomac River, where it currently stands.
They moved
Construction of the Pentagon began in 1941 under the supervision of architect George Bergstrom and chief engineer Leslie.
He looks like a child.
That's something.
What the heck?
Groves. The Pentagon's construction was completed in a remarkably short time, considering the challenge posed by wartime shortages and various logistical complexities. They worked at this rate due to the growing concerns about the ongoing war, and construction intensified after December of 1941 when the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor took place, prompting Somerville to push for it to be open for occupation by April of 1943. Notably, the construction of the building didn't include any elevators, a decision made both to speed up the process of construction and also to conserve the uses of steel and iron for other needs of the war. It officially opened on January 15th, 1943, and quickly became the nerve center of U.S. military operations. Its location close to the Capitol allowed for easier communication and coordination between military branches, leading to more efficient decision-making and execution of wartime strategies. One question you may ask at this point is, why a Pentagon? Sure, they needed it for geographical reasons back at the beginning, but they've moved locations, and that's no longer necessary. So why stick with it? The design of the building was not only practical, but also symbolic. The 5 sides represented the unity of the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marine Corps, and the newly created Department of Defense, highlighting the collaborative nature of American.
There you go. So it wasn't just the roads, like it was to begin with.
It was to begin with, isn't it? That makes so much sense.
That's cool, actually. I didn't have a clue.
Besides that, and perhaps a more significant determining factor at the time of construction, was that President Franklin D. Roosevelt just kind of liked it. He stated that he liked the shape and that he had never seen any building designed like that, so he wanted it to stay the same. Another reasoning, which may not have been considered when it was first being constructed, was the sheer ease and convenience of navigating the building. It is said that even today...
So maybe you won't get lost. I would definitely get lost. I'm terrible in that sort of...
I don't know.
I get lost sometimes.
Each side looks the same.
You know when you park the car in like some random parking,
Yeah.
like a shopping mall or something, I can never find where I bloody parked the car.
With its ever-growing size, it takes no more than 7 minutes to get between any 2 locations within the building. The interior hallways are also descriptively labeled to assist with navigation and even include a 0 corridor, which is the main hallway that wraps the entire length of the building and to which all other corridors converge. A spectacle of organization and an incredible feat for a place that could fit 5 United States capitals within its walls.
Oh my God.
So how does a building that was clearly built with speed as the main priority over security become a place considered the most secure building on Earth? In the 1990s, the Pentagon faced an outbreak of asbestos, a hazardous material once widely used in construction for its fire-resistant properties. Severe health risks are posed by exposure to asbestos, so the Department of Defense initiated a renovation project. This project was not only aimed at asbestos removal, but also provided an opportunity to upgrade...
That's nasty stuff. I know it's completely off topic, but we've got quite a lot of asbestos on our house that I need to remove, and I bought the mask and the gloves and the suit and everything. It's just tiles, so you're pretty safe unless you break it, but it's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I never knew about it when I was a kid, and I used to go lift asbestos boards for snakes. And, so.
I mean, luckily this is just those tiles, so it should be like straightforward. Like you don't break it, there shouldn't be any dust.
Yeah, if I can remove, and I've got the protective stuff. A few people on the live and like on a couple of the vlogs were saying, "Jono, please be careful." I am. Trust me, I'm scared of that stuff, but we'll see how it goes.
Upgrade the Pentagon's infrastructure, thereby enhancing its security and resilience. Little did they know, these upgrades would come at the perfect time, proving integral in limiting the impact of an attack that nobody could possibly have seen coming.
That was on 9/11,
the renovations included the installation of Kevlar linings in some parts of the building. Kevlar, a material used in bulletproof vests, is best known for its resistance to penetration.
Holy smokes.
It the primary reason for its inclusion in the renovations. The thinking was that it would protect from outside attacks and prevent shrapnel from entering the building in case of an explosion. However, Kevlar is incredibly multifaceted. It can be utilized not only for blast mitigation, absorbing and dispensing the energy from explosions to minimize damage, but also for structural reinforcement, ensuring areas prone to impact held strong under stress. Additionally, while...
See, we're insulating our house. If I knew you could get Kevlar in, we could have done it with that. Jeez.
How?
I don't know.
It's just like a texture thing.
I don't know. Like they must have made it. Like I don't know. That's insane. I've never heard of Kevlar being used in a building.
Kevlar itself is not fireproof. It does offer some degree of fire resistance. And when used in conjunction with other materials, it further contributed to the overall fire safety strategy of the facility. On top of just including the Kevlar to reinforce the windows and frames, they also introduced blast-resistant glass. These upgrades, particularly in Wedge 1 of the building, were primarily intended to safeguard against external threats. Unfortunately, they would have to put the new upgrades to the test sooner than they anticipated. On September 11th, 2001, the Pentagon was struck by American Airlines Flight 77. After this event, Project Phoenix was underway, a project not only to rebuild and reinforce the remainder of the building, but also to focus on securing the surrounding area, which was the most vulnerable part of the building. The primary concerns began with a metro station that led directly under the Pentagon, which would be closed so that all access to the Pentagon could be from above ground. There was also Highway 110 that ran unrestricted just meters beside the building. So a decision was made to reroute it through the building's north parking lot.
They moved the whole road.
Increase police and security presence. They also installed ram protective barriers and structures designed to prevent unauthorized vehicles from breaching the perimeter and accessing sensitive areas near the Pentagon. Additionally, improvements were made in surveillance and monitoring systems along Highway 110. This included the installation of CCTV cameras, sensors, and other security technologies. Anything or anyone attempting to do anything fishy around the Pentagon would have a real tough time getting away with it, such as this guy, who decided to drive full speed through the security checkpoint, attempting by his own admission to harm others, and couldn't even make it out of the parking lot, even if you did manage to make it inside. Did you know that the Pentagon has its police force known as the Pentagon Force Protection Agency, established through the Department of Defense, and is responsible for the protection of the facility? They also have a means of preventing...
It employs like a whole police force. Like, that's so many jobs created.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, there's so many like people employed there, like, and they're all like so safe.
I'd love to know how many people. Maybe they're going to say how many people actually work there, or did I miss that?
Unauthorized contraband from entering the building via an entire building that was constructed specifically to sort, secure, and direct mail packages. That's all aspects of ground travel. But what about the sky, you're probably wondering? How are they preventing another 9/11 incident? Well, they've got that covered as well. Anti-air systems were put in place with specific rules and regulations preventing air travel over areas of D.C., Maryland, and Virginia without permission. You are warned with a laser that a trained pilot will recognize as a warning to reroute out of the area. And a failure to adhere to this warning will result in more direct means of stopping you being initiated. It will likely begin with the scrambling of fighter jets and potentially more destructive measures if that doesn't discourage the behavior. So, what is it that makes the Pentagon so important nowadays? The Pentagon is a representation of the United States military. It showcases unity between the 5 branches. It provides each branch with a centralized headquarters or a central nerve system, as some refer to it. The Pentagon isn't just useful to the military, however. It is also a symbol for the American people and a symbol of patriotism to the United States as a country. It has a reputation for strength, resilience, and security that is recognized by every country around the world. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
That's crazy. I wonder if like civilians can get
I was just going to ask that actually. Yeah, that must be pretty cool.
Or is it just the people that work there?
I don't know.
He didn't say that, did he?
Yeah, and they didn't say how many people work there. I'm quite interested. Let's have a look. Let's have a Google.
Suppose
You guys
it's a lot, isn't it?
Also, when we were talking about the Kevlar, it's probably like fiberglass.
Oh.
Maybe. I don't know. How? What am I asking?
How many people works in Pentagon?
Sorry, guys. Work in the Pentagon. Oh, there you go. 24,000 military and civilian employees and approximately 3,000 non-defense support personnel. So 27,000. That's a hell of a lot of people. I thought there'd be more. What?
I think that's a lot. That's too much. No?
Yeah, but look how huge it is.
Yeah, I know it's big.
27,000 is not really that. Maybe I've searched something wrong. Maybe I've searched something wrong.
That's a lot of people. For one company.
Well, that for one company. Well, no, it's not. It's 5.
Yeah, well, but they all come under one.
That's the population of Ružomberok.
Yeah.
Our town. That's insane. I think it is anyway. I did Google that lot on a video before.
I didn't know it was built so far back.
And moved.
No, they didn't move it.
Yeah, they did move it.
They decided that they're gonna build it on the other spot. No,
No, they moved it. It was built there, and then they moved it there.
Really?
Yeah,
How did they move it?
I don't know if they moved it like the whole thing. I'm assuming they.
That's what I'm thinking.
Maybe it's got wheels.
No.
Or it flies.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, it's looking a bit dark now. I need
Crazy.
to sort this lighting out. I know.
I was well impressed with that.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about that, to be honest with you. I knew it was an important building. Don't get me wrong, because like I say, in all the movies and a lot of the movies, so it's the Pentagon, and then you know there's something about to kick off.
Yeah.
So, but like I never knew exactly what went on in there, and that video didn't tell us exactly what goes on in there anyway. But I mean, it's impressive building. I'll tell you that much.
I'll tell you what, like people like who work there, like the assistants and stuff, if they have to like take some stuff from one side to another, they get lots of steps in those.
I was thinking, when you go in and they're checking you,
Yeah.
I would freak out every day. Even at the airport, you've got nothing on you. I don't know. You know when they search you at the airport, when something beeps, when you walk through that machine. Every time they're like, okay, I freak out. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, even though I've got nothing on me. I know I've got nothing on me. I'm like, what if they find something? What if someone's put something in my pocket? You're like, imagine having to do that every single day. Cavity search.
that.
Cavity search. Not again. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a fantastic rest of the evening. And we will see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.